Ankh and Ma'at. So pleased that you've chosen to join us for Kemetic Ascension for December 6, 2020. December 6, 2020. It is wonderful to see you. I am honored that you have chosen to be with us on this day, this wonderful Sunday, as we round out the secular year. You know that this year has been challenging. This year has been difficult based on the pandemic that we are currently in and based on the fact that we have not been able to be with you in the manner that we normally are. There would be people here. The house of the Shrine of Ma'at would be bustling. But because of this pandemic, once again, it is just Anika, Nfraka Ma'at, the chief priestess of the shrine, and myself. And so we are here, and we are pleased that at the very least we are able to commune with you. We are able to be with you virtually. So, I am going to, just as I always do, please let us know where you are. Let us know if you can hear us. Let us know if you are with us. So, you probably know if you've been with us for the last few months, I'm going to ask you where you are in the world, and I'd like to also know how long you have been part of Kemetic Ascension. Where are you in the world, and how long have you been part of Kemetic Ascension? Please. And we have to recognize that as we ask you to speak with us, it is so powerful that we are able to come to you, to speak with you, to be with you virtually. It's not necessarily how we would prefer to do things, but it is who hear the echo of their ancient African foreparents loudly in the modern day. It is powerful that you are with us, that you are able to hear the echo that we hear. And so we are pleased that you are here, but we need to know that you are really where you are. We need to know that you are absolutely part of Kemetic Ascension. We need to know that our voices are mirroring and matching with yours in order to create a large joyful noise in the house of Ma'at. We hope that you are with us. So, Anika, do we have people that are responding?
Yes,
where are they?
Flint, Michigan, Lighthouse, Wichita, Kansas, our Facebook group. We have Queens, we have Brooklyn.
Queens and Brooklyn, right in New York City. Queens, the borough that I grew up in. Brooklyn, the borough I was born in, and the borough that Anika is from. She still reps Brooklyn, although she has likely been in Harlem longer than she was ever in Brooklyn.
We have Pittsburgh, PA. We have Powder Springs, Georgia.
Pittsburgh, PA. Powder Springs, Georgia.
Let's see. We have Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati,
That's
Ohio.
our Senate, Deborah Kennedy.
Oh, wonderful. Hetepu Sanet, Deborah.
Let's see. We have... sorry, scrolling through.
Yo, who is part of Rakaseshen. Hetepu to you all, Hetepu to you all. Recognize that when you hear us say these terms, we're talking about the initiates of the Shrine of Ma'at. Those people who are full members of the Shrine of Ma'at. And so we are honored that you are here with us.
We have Trenton, New Jersey, Rochester, New York, Houston, Texas.
Trenton, New Jersey, Rochester, New York, Houston, Texas, all over the United States,
Baltimore, Maryland. Springfield, Massachusetts. Casa Grande, Arizona. That's Brother Gaston.
Wow.
Let's see.
Brother Anton Gaston, right?
No.
Is he? What's his first name, Anton?
Gaston Bryant.
Gaston Bryant. Sorry, Gaston Bryant.
We have Midtown Manhattan in the house. We have Memphis, Tennessee.
All states.
Casa Grande, Arizona. That's where Gaston is. Tacoma, Washington.
Wow.
Midtown Manhattan.
Another Midtown?
Oh, there's that one already.
You did.
Okay.
Who's in Midtown? What's going on
Pittsburgh,
in Midtown?
PA, London, UK.
That's the first one from across the waters, right? London, UK.
Kwame.
Ankh and Ma'at.
Sen Kwame is here, and he's on his first trip to Ghana. Kwame
Wow.
Appiah.
Wow, Ankh and Ma'at. What, are you on your first trip right now?
That's what I believe he's saying. Yes.
Wow.
Well, he's from Baltimore. He's tuning in from Ghana.
Wow.
We have Tucson.
And you know,
Arizona.
Ghana is a place that is near and dear to our heart. We were not happy that we weren't able to get there earlier this year, but we plan to be there shortly.
Yes. We have Greenburgh, New York.
Go ahead.
Let's see. We'll talk about that soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Most of it?
for now, yeah.
Well, let me say welcome to you all. We are so honored once again that
Baton
you
Rouge,
are here with
Louisiana.
us. Baton Rouge. It is so powerful that we can come together. You have probably heard me say, if you've been on this feed, if you have been part of Kemetic Ascension for some time, you have heard me say that often people who are practicing spiritual traditions, the three largest traditions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam today, often do it in solitude. They often do it in their own silence because it is uncomfortable to be part of those three traditions. People assume that you are Christian, particularly if you're of African descent. And so often what people do is they do what they do in their home by themselves. Now I'm going to say that that is a powerful thing because it means that you are absolutely connected to ancestors in a strong enough measure that you don't need someone to remind you where you should be. That you don't need to be guilted in the fact that you haven't been to church in a few weeks. That you haven't been to the synagogue in a few weeks. That you haven't been to the mosque in a few weeks. Instead, you do what you do because you know that you must do it, and you know that the ancestors are expecting you to continue their traditions. That is powerful. However, I must say that something different occurs when we do it together. Imagine all of these divine entities from the United States, all across the world, coming together, hessing together, praying together, galvanizing divine energy together. Something else occurs. And so we are pleased that you have sought to join us. We are pleased that so many of the members of the Shrine of Ma'at, the full members of the Shrine of Ma'at, are here as well.
Yes, we have Abu Tehuti.
Abu Tehuti is here. Wonderful.
East
He's
Orange.
probably driving somewhere. He's probably driving somewhere, and it's amazing that he's joined in. Ankh and Ma'at to you.
Folks,
Also happening in Connecticut. We are hearing more and more of you come to us from Connecticut, and that's powerful.
we have Clayton, North Carolina,
Mmm.
and Long Beach, California.
On the other side of the country.
And more Florida. We have a lot of Florida today.
Mmm.
We have the DMV.
Wonderful. There are people from all over the country tuning in and partaking in Kemetic Ascension. We are so honored once more that you have chosen to do this. Now let me say, I've mentioned the Hemsenu. Those are the members of the first 42 members of the Shrine of Ma'at. And I also mentioned Rakas. That is the name of our most recent group of completed initiates to the Shrine of Ma'at. And some of you people know that they can reach out to you as well. And you should know that, if you haven't heard this already, we are going to be beginning our next initiate grouping in February of 2021. That means that the application is already live. Go to our website at Shrine of Ma'at. Ma'at is spelled M-A-A-T. By the way, if you're on our page and you don't know how Ma'at is spelled, then you should know. shrineofma'at.org, and you will be able to find the application for initiation. Fill it out, submit it, and you'll be receiving a call probably sometime after the new year so that we will then ask you to be interviewed. That is how this works. You will be interviewed probably by one of the full initiate members and a member of the WENWEP, the priesthood, and they'll talk to you a bit to see if the Shrine of Ma'at is a right fit for you and to see what path you are on as well. Anika?
Yeah, so there are some people who've mentioned they've already submitted applications, so
Yes.
you'll be called for an interview most likely in January.
By the way, you'll get some notice that you have submitted an application. We've been gathering them and been extremely busy, but I want you to know that some of you have already. We've gotten probably about 10, Anika?
About 12.
About 12, a little over 10 applications. And so we are looking forward to seeing a wonderful class of initiates coming forward and once again growing the Shrine of Ma'at in February. Our plan is to do initiation, if not twice, once a year, because the Shrine of Ma'at will be growing. Now here's the deal. Is this something you should wait on? I would suggest that you should not. Because I'm going to say to you that when you are part of the Shrine of Ma'at, that means that you are part of the family of the Shrine of Ma'at. That means that you have this extensive network of people who hear the same voice that you hear. So that we can be together. When challenges happen in your life, we can support you. When you have those celebrations, we can laugh and celebrate with you. Being part of an institution is not the same as simply admiring something from afar. And so we would like for so many of you to join. You should know, and Anika is going to beat me up for this, but I always say it, that there is a cost for initiation because it costs something for us to do it. But I also want you to know that we will never let money prevent you from being a member. If you are committed to do the work of Ma'at, if you are committed to be a full member of the family, and you are unable to pay for it, you will see a section on the application where you can request a full and partial work study. And that will allow you to do that. But remember, we're going to ask you to see that that's true, okay? Don't be sitting in your penthouse and saying, and don't say something like, we hear this sometimes too, I want to save my money to do something because I don't have money to be part of the Shrine of Ma'at. Can I still be a member? What gives? People say that. So please recognize that we will work with you if you are unable to do this outright. Anika, did you want to say something?
Yes, there's so much to say. So we have our first guest from Belgium.
I don't think we've ever heard Belgium, have we?
No.
Wonderful. Anken Ma'at to you. Who is that from Belgium?
Hold on. I'm scrolling through some.
Sure, scrolling up and down is not easy, right?
Zilzu.
Zilzu?
Mm-hmm.
Anken Ma'at to you from Belgium.
And
from Belgium.
We have Kentucky and Chicago joining us as well.
Kentucky and Chicago. Go ahead.
I want to acknowledge one of our students, Jason Holmes, who mentioned that the matriarch of his family, his mother, has made her transition on Wednesday night.
Oh, no. Can we say that we are asking, please tell us your mother's name, by the way, but we are asking for the solace of Jason Holmes and his family. We know that when someone leaves the physical plane, that they are not complete. We know that then they join that amazing coterie of ancestors, that they are those who are known as the shining ones, the Aku, those individuals who are able to be much more powerful in ancestral form than they could ever be in physical form. So we are praying for the solace of Brother Jason Holmes and his family. And we are asking that the boat of Ra finds a wondrous seat available for Katie Lee Holmes. We are asking that that boat being ferried by Ra into Taseket Ma'at, the land of those who practice Ma'at. We know that she is still with us, that her family might be struggling for the loss of her physical form. We know that Ra, we know that the ancestors, the Neteru, will make sure that she to you. Look for her to speak to you. Listen carefully. Because the echo of an ancestor yourself and look for her to tell you how she is on the other side. You should know that when someone is ensconced in flesh, when they are in physical form, they can only do things that their physical form allows. But now that they are spirit, they can be wherever they need to be instantaneously. They can be a resource to those family members, those friends, those people they love, wherever they are in the world. So please hope that you will find solace in these words. And we say that we know the ancestors and the Neteru are making her seat available, and that she shall make her journey successfully into the land of the golden ancestors. Twanter, Twanter, the Shrine of Ma'at, who has been here in physical form, who actually has been on our Kemetic Ascensions, who has taken classes with us, who has been on tours with us. I'm talking about someone who actually was part of the university that Anika and I were part of at different times, and he was for a medical school. But I want you to know that you probably have seen from Daniel LaRoche. He has been part of this. Dr. Daniel LaRoche, who is an amazing eye doctor, an amazing ophthalmologist, actually lost his father. And so we know that he is struggling. I don't know if he's on right now. But many of you are probably friends of his because he has been part of our community. Reach out to him and tell him that we are praying for his father's successful journey on the boat of Ra. That we know that that bark will barely be a wave to try. And we know that you will be fine when he reaches out to you. I'm hoping that this message reaches him. I'm hoping that the family of the Shrine of Ma'at will reach out to him because he has been such an important member for quite some time.
I also want to give a shout out to one of our long-standing Hemsanu members as well, Rausa. Who's in the house with us today.
Rausa Ma'at, where are you, lady? I know probably only just a few blocks from here that, we are not that far apart from each other, and I want to send myrrh to you. We miss being with you in physical form. There's so many of you that we would regularly be able to commune with, laugh with, talk with, and not having been able to be with so many of you for really 9 months now has been very difficult. And so we want to send you myrrh. We know that you are living into your eldership the way you should be. And we myrrh you and we miss physical form, but we know that you are still there. She is one of the members of our Hemsanu, the first 42, and a very important member as it is as well.
Yes. And now we have Bloomington, Indiana.
Bloomington, Indiana. Ankh Ma'at.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Well, wonderful. Albuquerque.
Inglewood, California.
By the way, you should know, folks, that because we are streaming on both Facebook and YouTube, often what happens is people will continue to say where they are. We'll be getting the buzzes for about a week afterwards. This is where I am. So make sure that you, particularly when you see people that are near you, make sure you try to reach out to them. Because the Shrine of Ma'at next year is also beginning the process of putting down some roots in other places. We will be looking to create outposts of the Shrine of Ma'at in other places, because we want to make sure that we are able to do more as a Kemetic spiritual family. And having people come together will be powerful. That means that you would likely see Anika and myself there at some times. You would likely see members of the Wenwet coming to you, and there will likely be full initiated members there as well. We know that when things occur in people's lives, one of the most powerful things that can happen is a community can enclose them, envelop them, bathe them in divine myrrh or sacred love. And so that is what we're trying to do as we branch out into other places as well.
I'd like to give a shout out to our Comedic Legacy family. Comedic Legacy Today, we're also streaming on that page. So we're streaming on the Shrine of Ma'at page, Comedic Legacy Today page, and the Facebook and the YouTube page.
We know that together there is much that we can do to resurrect our people.
So we're having questions about whether we do tours. Yes, we do tours.
We do actually many tours,
We were asked
both
about,
international tours and local tours.
British Museum. Yes, we've done a trip to London to the
Yes.
British Museum. We are planning to return to Egypt and Ghana next year in 2021. So information will be coming out about that soon.
And you should know we would love to come back to the UK. We would love to do that. If there are a group of you, if you do that and you say this is the group of people that will be together there, then we'll definitely come. And this time perhaps we'll even make the journey with a member of the Winwet as well. So we're looking forward to doing that. We can't wait to get back to the Petrie Museum and the British Museum and all of those places as well.
Okay, last few shouts before we do the opening of the list.
Yes.
We have Pittsburgh, yay. We have Kansas City, Missouri. We have Honolulu, Hawaii.
Wow,
I wish I was at right now.
Yeah.
Like 29 degrees
As
here.
it's getting cold, as it is getting cold in New York.
And Austin, Texas. I think we have a few people from Austin today.
Wow.
And Rausa says she's in her house and she's not leaving until this virus is over. We have Seattle, Tacoma, Portland area in the house. Oh, we have someone who was asking if there are any resources out in Jerusalem.
I don't think that we have an organized group in Jerusalem yet. But maybe if you're asking that, you should be bringing them together. You should know that Anika and I have been planning to go there for a long time, actually. We were going to make the jaunt from Cairo to Jerusalem some years ago, but then something occurred and we weren't able to do that. So hopefully we'll do that soon. I hope so. I hope so. So you should know that when we begin Comedic Ascension, we usually begin with that ceremony that was brought into this current period by our divine elder, Baba Heru Ankh Ra Samad Se Ptah. He is the keeper of the studio of Ptah and the chief priest and founder of the shrine of Ptah. He is a wonderful elder who has been with us for many, many years. We've been with him going, it's approaching 25 years, I think, now. And so we are so happy that he brought this into existence directly out of Kemetic principles, Kemetic ideology, and has allowed us to practice this so that we understand how powerful we actually are. It is called the opening of the way. Now you should know, this is not the time for you to watch us like you watching TV. This isn't Martin. This is us. What else are people watching right now? I don't
Grey's
know.
Anatomy.
This is not, nobody's watching Grey's Anatomy. So, I gave her one show she watches. This Is Us. Come on now.
Discovery.
Discovery, Star Trek Discovery. Okay, maybe they got a sister in the lead role now. Let me say to you that this is not theater. This is not television. This is participatory, and so we want you to get up out of your seats, to rise from wherever you are in the world, and stand in the position of adoration. This divine, sacred position that you have seen your ancestors take for thousands of years. This is how they remembered how the world, how the universe occurs. This is how they gave power and love to each other. And this is how they received it back. You know that the left hand should be, first of all, both palms are facing forward. And the left hand should be positioned a bit further forward and a bit higher up than the right hand. Try not to do this. Don't do this. Do that. So that your hands do not have a distinct bend in your wrist. If there is a bend, just a little slight bend. And then you're going to stand with your left foot astride, like you're taking a step forward. So your left is forward and your right is back. Because left is that which gives, and right is that which receives. Stand in this manner, and recognize that you are sending and receiving divine energy. From here, what we will do is we will chant the word of divine everlasting life as spoken by your Kemetic ancestors thousands of years ago. The word, as you know, is Ankh.
Before we begin that, I just want to say that I attribute this to my father, who made his ascension in 2018, I believe. This past Friday, December 4th. So this is in remembrance of him.
And so stand in this position, and this is also a good time for you to give and receive divine energy from that ancestor that is important to you. Because remember, without their work, without them being the people they are, the people they were, the divine forces that they are, we would not be able to be here in physical form. So it is also good for you to remember them. So we're going to chant Ankh, and then you're going to hear us give the names of the protectresses and the Neteru, who are considered, they're all Neteru, the protectresses and the Mesu Heru, the sons of Heru, and we will do it to the cardinal points. Now we're doing it mostly to the camera, but recognize that you should be doing it to the cardinal points. Let's move. Take your...
Anetrak in Bethet.
Anetrak in Bedhet.
Nuke in Bethet.
Nuke in Bedhet. Anetrak Hapi.
Anetrak Hapi.
Nuke Hapi.
Nuke Hapi.
Twau Inter.
Twelve inter. Anetrak Serket.
Anetrak Serket.
Nuke Serket.
Duke Serket. Anetrak Kebsenu.
Anetrak Kepsanu.
Nuke Kebsenu.
Nuke Kepsanu.
Twau Inter.
12 inter.
Turn right.
Anetrak Ast.
Anetrak Ast.
Nuke Ast.
Nuke Ast. Anetrak Amset.
Anetrak Amset.
Nuke Amset.
Nuke Amset.
Twau Inter.
12 inter. Anetrak Neat.
Anetrak Neat.
Nuke Neat.
Nuke Neat. Anetrak Dwamutef.
Anetrak Dwamutef.
Nuke Dwamutef.
Nuke Dwamutef.
Twau Inter.
12 inter. Anetrak Newt.
Anetrak Newt.
Nuke Newt.
Nuke Newt. Anetrak Geb.
Anetrak Geb.
Nuke Geb.
Nuke Geb.
Twau Inter.
12 inter.
Anetrak Shu.
Anetrak Shu.
Shu. Shu. Shu. Shu. Nuke Shu.
Anetrak Tefnut.
Anetrak Tefnut. 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 Nuke Tefnut. 12 inter. Anetrak Paut in Teru. Nuke Paut in Teru. Anetrak and Boo in Teru. Nuke and Boo in Teru. 12 inter. Dwa, 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 dwa. Please remember to do the opening of the way. The opening of the way is the ritual that reminds us just how powerful, just how magnificent, just how effervescent, just how golden we are. And don't we need to remember that? So often. But the opening of the way is that ritual put together by our sacred elder, Baba Heru Ankra Samad Sepata, that will allow us to remember just how powerful we are. And when you remember how powerful you are, nothing that troubles you is insurmountable. Nothing that vexes you is insurmountable. You must remember that you are a divine entity, imbued that you are. A little hinky recently.
Blink.
It's blinked. It's back on. It looks like that the internet has been a little hinky recently. I'm hoping that you're able to see us again. I'm hoping that you're able to actually hear our voices both on Facebook and YouTube. It seemed almost like it blinked. That's because the internet blinked, right? 42 on your keyboard and set it up to us. Type the 42 for the 42 laws of Ma'at. Type 42 and hit send. Let us know that you are able to hear us, that you are able to see us.
No.
It's out again? Typing the 42 might let us know if we're on.
It's flashing.
Yeah? I'm hoping that you're able to hear us.
Okay, it
It
looks
looks
like
like the internet is up.
for YouTube it's back, but not for Facebook.
Oh yeah?
Hopefully Facebook is back. Let's see.
Why do I have one bar of Ma'at Shrine when I'm right here?
I don't know. Facebook family, can you hear us?
If on Facebook you are able to hear us, please type the 42. Please type 42. We are absolutely hoping that you are able to hear us. Type the 42 so that we are able to know that we are able to hear you, that you're able to hear us. That's what we're hoping.
Yeah, people from Facebook switched to YouTube.
Oh boy. I'm hoping that you are here and that you hear us. Why don't I go to,
Yeah, Facebook is not working.
what do you need to do? So, YouTube family.
And start over.
Yeah? Okay, so do that really quickly, I guess.
Okay, YouTube family. Oh wait, is Facebook back?
Sashada saying we hear you on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
It's odd that Facebook is down like that. We're hoping that you are able to see us. It says was live. I'm not getting a...
Yeah, I might have to shut down. Okay, YouTube family, we are going to try to get both of
We'll
you back
be
online.
right back.